What is going on? Ethan here from Best Military Resume. Today, we're going to talk about federal resumes, private resumes, how to get your foot actually in the door. And I'm also going to touch on what I'm using to make this process so much easier. And so we're going to start with federal job. We are on USA Jobs right now. I found a job that I wanted. This is a human resource specialist information system. Now, in today's society, one resume does not fit for every job. I know in the past it probably was, but we have what's called an ATS system. It might use AI, it might use language matching, it might use skills matching, but inevitably, your resume will always go through a system called an ATS system. And so that TAPS resume that they gave you when you got out, and if you're, using that and blasting it everywhere, you're losing opportunities. And if you're not tailoring your resume to every single position, you are losing out on calls. I guarantee you that. Like that is a full stop right there. And so I'm going to talk about USA Jobs, how to actually get filtered in. We're going to touch on ClearanceJobs and a few other really cool things. And we're going to create a resume in like 60 seconds or less. And I'm going to show you how to do it with AI matching. It's going to grab everything from here and anywhere where you're going for your job search. So that way you can actually get to the hiring manager. And so for USA Jobs, I made a video on this in the past. There's certain gate 2 job postings, right? For gate 1, you've got the job announcement. This is what we're looking at right now. This is the job announcement. You've got the summary, requirements, duties, etc. Gate 2 is language matching. Well, for USA Jobs, there is specific language matching a lot of people don't know about. And right here is the qualifications. This is your cheat code. You guys, this is your cheat code. This is how you get to the hiring manager. To not match this language, you will never reach a human. That's it. That's the secret. And I'm going to show you how we can match this language because creating a resume manually is a pain in the butt. So we're going to start. We've got a post right here. We've got a job, human resource. We're going to copy this link. And again, we can go and look at the qualifications, what they want. But I'm going to go to bestmilitaryresume.com. And again, you can do this all for free. You can start for free right now. Just go in there, create a master resume. Okay. Whether if you don't have a master resume, that's fine. If you were in the military, you can do, you can plug in your military evals, everything from your military career. It'll create a base resume for you. If you have one, great. Awesome. You're already one step ahead. So click federal resume. You can post the job here. And I'm going to show you how cool this is. It's going to make your life so much easier. What we have here is the job title, the organization. You've got the closing date. And this is very important. And I'm going to show you why, because there is a job tracker implemented, again, free, where it tracks every position that you apply for. So you never lose an opportunity. You can always follow up on the interview dates, the closing dates. So, you ensure that it doesn't close on you right before your eyes, right? So you've got the duties here, qualifications, specialized experience. You know how they always say in the military, foot stomp? That's a foot stomp right there. And it also has your required documents because in each job posting, it tells you what you need for each job. It just kind of separates everything out, makes it nice and neat. And again, keyword, this is what you need. So we're going to hit tailor resume. And what it does is it grabs your master resume and matches it to that job announcement. It does not fabricate stuff. It matches the language, exactly how the system was built. And so it's also optimized so that when a hiring manager looks at your tailored resume, they don't see AI garbage like a lot of the platforms out there. It looks legit. It looks like you took the time and you wrote it yourself. We ensured to remove all of that AI crap, the M dashes and the weird words that nobody uses. So it looks legit. And I'll show you here in just a second. So it's built it out for us and it automatically adds it to your job tracker. And what you can do is you can tailor your job titles or condense it to 2 pages. But if you don't want to do this now, you don't have to. This right here for job titles, this is great for heavy military jargon because in the civilian world, they will never know what an NCOIC is. They'll never know what a battalion commander is. Like all of these military jargon, that's got to be tailored. So we're going to tailor it to the job title. And you can go through here and select which one you like best. So it built out our entire resume for us. From here, this can be a little bit intimidating. There's a lot of things to learn, but it will pay off in the end. Now, for the contact information, you can go in here, put your information, you can hide or show your LinkedIn information. This is the target headline that we're going after. Human Resource Specialist Information System. So this is an IT role. In the professional summary, it said Human Resource Specialist, right? It tailors it completely to the job announcement. And if you want to revise this, you click AI revise. You can do executive, right? You can, tailor it more to the job. You can shorten it or you can expand it. Or if you don't like what it gave you, you can give it specific instructions to operate how you want. Maybe you want more numbers, more impact. You can instruct it that way. For the clearance, this is also an important piece for federal jobs. They want to see your clearance. Select this. You can have your veterans preference point. And I want to preface by saying this. A lot of people think they have an advantage for veterans preference. You do, but you have to meet the keywords first before that even comes into play. Just because you have 10-point preference does not mean you have an advantage. Nope. You got to meet the hiring manager. Once you hit that hiring manager, that's when your score gets that additional 10 points. Not only that, but you have to answer their specific questions that they ask. Sometimes jobs will have specific questions. You need to answer that fully to your best ability. Focus on those as well. For experience, we can start with the first one, right? We can do 3 bullets. Maybe it's too long and it takes out one of the bullets right here, but we're going to add 4 bullets. You can come in here, change the job title, the name, start date, end dates. You can add more bullets. Okay. You can move things around. Maybe you want something above another. Super customizable. You're going to click and hide. Maybe you don't want that on your resume. You don't have to show it, right? It's gone, but I'm going to have that back on there. Now, let's say we want to revise this bullet. Okay. Same thing. You can give it instructions. You can improve it. You can tailor it more to the job if you feel like it's not tailored enough. Shorten it, expand it. And this one's pretty cool. You can inject the OPM data. So by clicking that, you've got keywords. All the related competencies are inside. You actually get to a hiring manager. So for this one, we're going to do tailor to job. So let's go tailor. Right now, it just gave you the entire description, the key accomplishments, and this is to match their language. We're going to accept that. If you want to make it easy, what you can do as a bulk tailor is you can go here and click bulk tailor all sections. This does everything in one. This makes it quick. You know, like I don't have time for this. Let's get it. Let's go. So proceed. We're going to do all 6 positions. But if you want to take your time for each one, you can. But if we're going to be realistic, we're applying to a lot of jobs because these days it's tough out there, folks. But this just makes it easier. So it shows you the original version and the AI tailored version. What did it change for each one? Right? We're going to accept this one. You know, it changes the words, web application developer, architect, and deployed full stack. That was the original AI tailored. Now it's more role focused and developing and deploying web applications. Again, language matching here, folks. We're going to accept all of this and apply. For my folks that have done maybe 20 years, well, they're a jack of all trades, master of none, and you've got like 5 pages, you can actually come right here and click condense resume. For the federal template, for the page requirements, because they want 2 pages, you can condense it down to 2. And so what it does is it keeps the most recent positions detailed, and all of the positions in the past, maybe that are, I don't want to say irrelevant, but not as pertinent, it will compress everything. If you want, you can also do choose specific, the things that you want. But for this case, we're already at 2 pages, so we're good. And if you need to jump to any sections in here, you can also come to, let's say right here, click education, and boom, now you've got your education. You can click, drag, move, whatever you want. You can edit it. Come in here. You can do a side-by-side layout. So if you don't like your layout right here, you can align it, make it center, make it whatever you want. But for this, we're going to go, oh, now skills. This also extracts all of these skills required for this job. We're going to click generate tailored skills. Crazy. We're going to accept all the skills, all of the skills. Now we have the skills required for the job. You can go certifications, edit, remove anything. So here's another feature that I really like about this. This is going to analyze our resume and tell us where the shortfalls are for the job posting. It also tells us, should we even apply for this job? Does it make sense applying at all or not? And we need to focus more on certain keywords. So we've got, the overall score is 75. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. You got an 85 for education, 80 for experience, and keywords were pretty high on the keyword list. It just shows that you've got weak evidence for HR program management. So these are some areas to improve. These are some things that you have to fix. That is kind of your inside to the job. I'm going to close this. And also, if you want, you can change the styling layout. You can go navy blue, reorder whatever you like, change the font. But I'm just going to keep it classic for the federal side, and we're going to download this as a PDF. What we have here is our full federal resume. Everything laid out. Again, this is PDF. You can do Word doc, whatever your heart desires. What's important is you have the hours worked per week, the timeline, and it's in the format that they want on USAJOBS. Submit this. More than likely, you are going to the hiring manager. Next, we are going to be touching on ClearanceJobs. This is one of the hot ones. This goes for all private resumes. It doesn't just have to be ClearanceJobs, right? You can do anything. This could be for LinkedIn, jobs, Indeed, on the website directly where you're applying. But for this example, we're doing ClearanceJobs. I want to talk about something for ClearanceJobs specifically. They give you a match insight. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You'll see what I mean in a second. Okay. We're going to grab the URL just like before, extract the job. For ClearanceJobs, they have a specific ATS system. It's called the AgileATS system. And the way this works is a little bit different. They actually use AI to analyze your entire resume to determine your weaknesses and your strengths. Recruiters will focus on the weaknesses. Important to ensure your resume speaks to what they're asking for. This doesn't mean fabricating. This means language matching, right? It works the same a little bit as USA Jobs, but this one uses a little bit more sophisticated software where it will take the top 10 skills that you have. You have a relevance score, you've got your strengths, your weaknesses, and I'm going to show you exactly how we can increase that. What we have is our company, all the responsibilities, qualifications, requirements, and keywords. Remember, for job postings, sometimes there are hard requirements that no matter how much keyword matching you have, that's a full stop. So pay attention to those hard requirements. We're gonna hit Tailor. Cool, so we've got this resume built out for us. You can enhance with military evals. Maybe you have some evaluations in your past that you want to give it a little pizzazz, right? You want to make it nice, get more relevant. You can do that. You can rewrite your professional summary. You got the military jargon. You've got that translator right there. If you want to condense it to 2 pages, you can do that. For this, it looks like we're good. I'm actually going to condense this to 2 pages because we're at 3 right now. Shows you what it's condensing. Shows the before these 2 positions and it condenses it into 1. It says earlier career. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Apply. Let's go. So now you can see we've got 2 pages. All right. We're going to bulk tailor all this. We're going to make our lives easy. Proceed. Now I want to translate my title. Chief Growth Officer, Growth Marketing Director, right? Doesn't that sound nice? User Experience Designer. I like it. And these are titles more relevant to the position you are applying to. We got it. So we're pretty much done. I'm not going to do too much diving into the specific, but I'm going to download this and let's check out our new relevant score. So right here, after uploading my resume, it pulled everything super cleanly. We're going to save that and we've got our resume uploaded. Let's go back to our relevant score. So you see that the match insights, right? It was what, 45, now it's 65. That's good. And that's just a few seconds. That's not me actually looking at everything, but still, that's considered a good match. You have to join premium to unlock their salaries. And if you want to see the match details, you've got to start your 7-day free trial. But we got you covered because you don't really have to pay into their system to see the match score. If you use Best Military Resume, you are almost guaranteed to get filtered into their system and quote unquote beat the ATS system. I hate saying it, but that's what we have to deal with. I want to show you another thing. With this is more customizable. You can do, different templates. You've got several different templates here. You've got your classic template. We've got conventional, professional. And if you want to change the styling and layout, again, you can do so. I'm going to do, just say red and then go Roboto. This is the recommended 10 point. We're going to leave that. And yeah, so we've got it nice and neat. Right? So it looks good. Again, you can download it as Word, save it, email it. We just created jobs. I'm going to go to the job tracker because it's very important to stay on top of what you're applying to. We lose track of what we're applying to. You apply to hundreds of jobs. How the heck do you know when something closes out? How do you know which one you're interviewing for? Someone contacts you. They say, "Hey, we're calling about the human resource generalist job." Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. You've applied to like 50 of them. Here you go. This is how you track it. You go into here. You can see add any follow-up dates, notes, company research. For the federal one, it shows the closing date, requirements, things that you need, and then you can go back and reference the job posting. And the same thing for the other one. You don't know where that link is. Maybe you want to see if it's still alive or it's dead. View job posting. There you go. It leads right to it. And then you can view the resume that you applied to. So when they call you about that specific job, you can reference the resume that you tailored to it so you can talk about it. Right. And so once they tell you, "Hey, we want to interview you," which is going to happen, you drop it right here. You say, boom, I'm interviewing. And you can put that follow update, right? You can put some interview, no prep. So we'll say, what's today? May 5th. We're going to interview on the 12th. Follow up. There we go. And there's a lot of other tools too. You can do custom cover letters. So when you're following up with the human resource manager and you want to speak on why you belong to the company, how the company culture fits with you, and how you help them and solve their problem, you can do that for each job, but that's going to be in another video. Today's video was mostly just applying to jobs and how Best Military Resume can make it so much easier for you. And I guarantee you, if you start today, you will start seeing results. It'll save you time and it'll save you a lot of money because there's resume writers out there that are charging $300 to $500. You get 2 free resumes. And after that, $30 a month for basically pennies. You can create hundreds of resumes. So stop paying people to write your resume when you can do this yourself at a fraction of a cost. You can get it delivered to you instantly in seconds. And this took 60 seconds? Try it out, bestmilitaryresume.com. Hope this helped. Hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.